We're in the thick of this current console generation, and the PlayStation 4 is now rife with amazing experiences. The incredible library of games includes emotional stories, deep and rewarding mechanics, and fantastic worlds to explore and absorb. Here are our 25 favorite games on the PS4.
Broken Age is an absolute joy of an adventure. It's a gorgeous, impeccably written adventure that simultaneously tugs at my nostalgic core while ushering in a new era for the point-and-click genre. Supergiant's follow-up to Bastion is a gorgeous, deep, and memorable action RPG. Transistor's confident art style helps create a unique and memorable world, and its stellar soundtrack is one of the strongest in recent memory.
Doom takes everything we loved about the original 20 years ago and injects it with 2016 beauty and insanity. Exploring the depths of hell is every bit as gorgeous as it is terrifying, and nods to the classic games are much appreciated. The combat is aggressive and punishing, but the power curve and upgrade paths are so satisfying. Street Fighter V sports a wonderful, diverse cast of characters and places a clear emphasis on strong, fundamental play. It gives competitive players a great online experience and does it all while looking gorgeous. Strictly in terms of mechanics and competitive features, Street Fighter V is just about peerless. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided improves upon its excellent predecessor in nearly every way. Its impeccably designed environments are flush with possibility, remaining completely coherent while supporting a wide variety of routes and character builds. And Jensen's prodigious new feats of techno-wizardry add new dimensions to both combat and exploration.
I came as a little surprised that a game from Finnish developer Housemarque would create an excellent PS4 game. What came as an even bigger surprise is that it's still one of the most dominant and enjoyable games on the console even years after its release. Final Fantasy XIV isn't the best MMORPG on PS4 just because it's the only game of its type on this platform. It earns the title and its place in this list because it's an excellent MMO no matter where you play it. Until Dawn is a gleefully cheesy homage to horror movies set in a world built by a developer that clearly adores the genre. Its robust choice and consequence system and keen eye on horror's most ridiculous tropes make Until Dawn ultimately worth playing. The idea of rocket-powered cars flipping through the air in a Thunderdome-esque match of cage soccer sounds like incoherent ramblings of a madman, but it turns out to be just crazy enough to work. Rocket League finds dumb fun in pulling turbocharge-assisted front flips in an ice cream truck, and the white-knuckle strategy in working with your team to control the giant ball on offense and defense.
Firewatch is a satisfying, mature exploration of the need of something video games can excel at providing, escapism, while at the same time addressing our responsibility to tackle life head-on. Its journey is one that teaches with lasting impact both the invaluable need for time away and that life and its responsibilities are always waiting for us to return. A stylish mashup of Twin Peaks, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Lost, Oxenfree is more than just an imitator of its inspirations. It's a touching, funny, and dark ghost story that evokes a real sense of humanity with its core cast of teenagers, even as the story dips further into the supernatural. Tales from the Borderlands explores Rhys and Fiona's journey in impeccable fashion. From heartbreak to hilarity, it runs the gamut of emotions in some really effective ways. Telltale has created some of the finest video game stories in the past few years, and Tales is absolutely at the top of that list.
Shadow of Mordor takes the fundamental action and open-world traversal from established great series like Batman Arkham and Assassin's Creed, and adds something new and surprising that will leave a lasting mark on gaming. The Nemesis system astounded us with the personality imbued to its dynamic Uruk captains and war chiefs.
The world, exploration, crafting, atmosphere, and story of Fallout 4 are all key parts of this hugely successful sandbox role-playing game. Great new reasons to obsessively gather and hoard relics of happier times, strong companions, and sympathetic villains driving tough decisions, making an adventure that we'll definitely replay and revisit. Ratchet & Clank is a culmination of everything Insomniac has done with the series over the past 15 years. It takes the characters that we fell in love with so long ago and sets them off on their most gorgeous quest yet. The deep and rewarding weapon system, beautiful and varied worlds, and charming as heck story make it an adventure that anyone with a PS4 should strap in for.
Dragon Age Inquisition, our 2014 Game of the Year winner, raises the bar for excellence in the design of modern role-playing games. This massive open world is full of breathtaking vistas, nuanced characters, political drama built upon rich lore, and of course, battles with huge beasts. In the dozens or hundreds of hours you can spend completing its grand storyline and rich side quests, BioWare's latest epic entrenches itself as one of the greats.
If Dark Souls 3 truly is the last in the series as we know it, then it's a worthy send-off. Lothric's awe-inspiring locations provide visually stunning arenas for rigorous exploration and fierce face-offs with a host of deadly enemies and even deadlier bosses. Dark Souls 3 is a powerful journey and the sequel that the series truly deserves. Overwatch is an incredible achievement in multiplayer shooter design. It manages to maintain addictive, fast-paced action while also demanding thoughtful strategy. There are an array of masterfully balanced classes and characters, and it's that diversity that really defines Overwatch. Inside is an absolutely gorgeous follow-up to Limbo, improving upon Playdead's first moody platformer in nearly every aspect. The atmosphere is as spooky as ever, and a new mystery or unspeakable horror lies around every corner. There was a 6-year gap between Limbo and Inside, but it was well worth the wait.
It may be the same core game as its PS3 counterpart, but that doesn't make it any less incredible. In fact, the PS4 edition of Grand Theft Auto V earns extra points for taking an already huge, deep game and adding more soundtrack songs, more props to cutscenes, more vehicles, and biggest of all, an incredible first-person mode that makes the already seminal GTA V feel like a completely different game.
The Witness has a power and pull that carried us through its wonderful journey. Its graceful combination of tangible goals, obscurity, and freedom creates ample opportunities for small victories and grand revelations alike. Its themes weave themselves beautifully throughout the gorgeous world and wide variety of puzzles, and the sense of accomplishment you feel after completing a particularly tricky puzzle is unrivaled. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End combines the kind of realistic beauty that stops you in your tracks with a level of blockbuster storytelling that's rarely seen in games. The adventure takes you across multiple, totally diverse countries, uncovering an alluring mystery about politics, betrayal, pirates, relationships, and responsibility, both in the present-day setting and in the game's fictitious history lesson.
In a time seemingly all about various genres and franchises stepping out into the open-world format, Metal Gear Solid 5 stands tall above the rest in terms of adapting its gameplay to the new structure. Where some other franchises struggle to maintain their identity within a sandbox, Metal Gear's thrives on it, turning all that open space into a tactical espionage playground. No game in recent memory has rewarded players' intelligence so generously. Bloodborne is an amazing, exacting, and exhausting pilgrimage through the gorgeous land that imposes a feeling of approaching the bottom of a descent into madness. From Software has taken the formula they concocted with the Souls games and injected it with a sense of speed, anger, and urgency that makes for an unforgettable experience. The Witcher 3 is a remarkable feat of open-world design savvy. Its two main sandbox areas are beyond massive, but their density actually matches their breadth. You can't go anywhere within its breathtaking landscapes without running into things to do. The best part is that almost every point of interest you come across ties back into one of the deepest lore pools in gaming, providing motivation and context to its detailed RPG systems and its brutal responsive combat. There you have it, IGN's top 25 PlayStation 4 games. Did your favorite game make the list? Let us know in the comments, and for all things Sony, PlayStation, and video games, you're already in the right place, IGN.